All right, let's talk about something in cybersecurity that honestly doesn't get nearly enough attention. We're always hearing about hackers getting in, right? But today, we're going to dig into what happens after that initial success. Because let me tell you, that's where the real story begins. So just imagine it for a second. The alarms go off, the notification hits your screen, security breach detected. A hacker is officially in the system. Now your first reaction might be, okay, phew, we caught them. But is the danger really over?
Not even close. You know, it's actually the complete opposite. That initial breach, that's just the opening act. The real potential for damage, for chaos, that all starts the second they get inside.
Here's a good way to think about it. Picture a house. The initial breach is just someone picking the lock on the front door. All it proves is that the door can be opened. But post-exploitation, well, that's everything else. That's what the intruder can actually do now that they're roaming around inside your home.
Okay, so this is the part where the good guys, the cybersecurity pros, step in to figure out just how bad things could get. They basically simulate what that intruder would do next. And yeah, there's a formal process for this, a whole investigation designed to map out that worst-case scenario.
It's called Post-Exploitation Analysis, and the name says it all, really. It's the phase that shows what happens after the hacker gets in, and it's designed to reveal just how incredibly dangerous that one little bit of access can become for a whole organization. And the purpose here is absolutely critical. We're not just trying to find one broken lock. The real goal is to understand the full scope of the threat. You know, how much damage could an attacker really do? What sensitive data? We're talking customer info, financial records, the crown jewels. Can they get their hands on? And maybe most importantly, how far can they spread from that one entry point?
So to figure all that out, ethical hackers have to start thinking like the bad guys. They get creative, they get opportunistic, and they follow what's basically an attacker's playbook, a series of moves an intruder would almost certainly make to cause the most damage. So let's walk through it.
The first 3 steps are all about grabbing power and setting up shop. Step 1 is privilege escalation. Think of this like getting into one office and then finding the master key to the entire building. Then comes step 2, maintaining access. This is like making a secret copy of that master key so you can get back in whenever you want. And then, step 3, credential harvesting. This is like finding a spreadsheet with the keys and alarm codes to every other building the company owns. Game-changing, right?
And once they have that power, the scope just explodes. Step 4 is called lateral movement. That's using the garage door opener you found in one house to get into the neighbor's house. Step 5 is data discovery and exfiltration. This is the big one, the smash and grab. They find the valuables, the sensitive data, and start stuffing it in a digital bag. And finally, you've got step 6, system enumeration. This is like drawing a detailed map of the entire neighborhood, marking every weak spot for a future visit.
So after running through this entire playbook, the ethical hacker has this incredibly clear picture. And this all leads to the final verdict, a real, tangible, and often scary assessment of the true damage an attacker could actually cause.
And this is exactly why this whole process is so important. This isn't just some theoretical exercise. It shows a company the real-world impact of a breach. It puts a giant spotlight on their biggest internal weaknesses and, crucially, gives them a clear, actionable roadmap to fix things before a real attacker gets the chance.
All of these findings, every step they took, every vulnerability they found, it all gets compiled into a detailed final report. And believe me, this document becomes one of the most important things for an organization's leadership and its security teams to have.
This damage report is where the rubber meets the road. It answers those terrifying but essential questions. What exactly was accessed? How far could they have gone if we didn't stop them? What precious data was at risk? And the big one, what do we need to do right now to make sure this never, ever happens again?
Because that's the whole point, isn't it? Turning all of this deep and frankly scary analysis into concrete action. It's about taking the lessons you learn from the simulation and using them to build much, much stronger walls.
So if you take away one thing, let it be this. The crucial point is that the initial breach is not the main event. It's just the opening act. It's the post-exploitation analysis that reveals the true, full-blown danger of that one unlocked door. It's not about the entry. It's about the aftermath.
Which really just leaves us with one final thought to chew on. It's great that your front door is locked, bolted, and has an alarm. But what about all the other ways in? What about the windows you left open?
the unlocked back door, or the spare key you hid under the mat. Real security isn't just about protecting the front door. It's about understanding what someone can do once they're already inside.